Hi, family. I had a meeting at work this morning and I came home and decided to take a little nap. Um, Sorry, I have to gather myself. I literally just woke up from this dream. Um, but anyways, last night the Lord told me to write this down, so I did. Uh, Work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Do you not know my name? Did I not destroy Sodom and Gomorrah with sulfur and pillars of smoke? My love is endless, and my justice, who can endure it? So I wrote that down. And then also for the bride, cast off the weight of sin and darkness, because that weight is what's going to determine the lightness of your spirit when the time comes to be lifted up. And then I'm going to kind of try and describe this dream for you. Through the whole thing, I was kind of just having remembrances of school and people, and I even saw my backpack from when I was in high school, and I had left it in some classroom, and it's full of books, and I sat down from out of class and was trying to remember when the last time was that I had been there, and gosh, I sure hadn't been here in a long time, and I guarantee you I didn't have my homework done. And that was just one part. And then I remember being in a gymnasium of some kind and people everywhere. But through this whole dream, I was watching all these people, and it felt like people I knew and loved. I don't remember seeing anybody specifically at this time, but all these people. And as I was watching this dream, my spirit, I was just grieving, just crying and crying and crying for people, just sick with sorrow. And anyways, that felt like it went on forever. But then I was back in my apartment, and I was in my room. Again, I was watching myself dreaming this, so I don't know if that makes any sense, but I knew that I was dreaming. And I also felt the Lord. I felt the presence of God. I felt like He was right there with me, watching this. So I'm in my apartment, and I have my door to my bedroom shut, but I'm just going to read what I wrote down. There were 3 big blasts, and I knew that they were bombs. And the best way to describe these blasts was when I woke up, I still had ringing in my ears from this. Ringing in my ears. But the blasts were so loud, just boom! To where I could feel them in the ground. I knew that they weren't right here where I am, but that they were far off. But I could still feel them, and my ears were still ringing. And then I heard the voice of a reporter lady, that familiar reporter lady voice, and she was saying Florida, and then she said, and to the north, and blank, because I don't remember the third one. I'm praying that God will restore my memory, and maybe I can update this dream later. The sounds made my ears ring, and I was just crying and crying in my dream. Oh, and then I remember I finally was able to I felt like I woke up again, and so my body that was sleeping got up and went out to the living room to make sure that the windows were closed, and I was reaching and forcing the windows closed, but there was this weird wind coming in, and I could finally get them closed, and I looked over at the other 2 windows, and they were already closed, but I saw, things coming out of the sky, whether it was, ash or debris, but it looked like snow, maybe. Um, the windows were closed. The weird wind. Oh, and I remember it was almost 4 o'clock, and when I woke up out of this dream, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to hurry up and get to work. Because it was almost like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I felt like I was running late. But when I went out to close the windows, should have been bright and sunny out, but it was dark. The skies were just dark. I could see like the stuff floating around and coming in on the wind and stuff, but it was dark, and I knew that it should have been sunshiny out. Windows were closed. It seemed safe here at my house, but I knew that I would not be going to work that day. Yeah, so I felt safe in my apartment, but I knew that I wasn't going to be going outside. But I remember clearly that when those blasts were happening and I saw the wind and the darkness and stuff, I was concerned because my roommate had gone out shoe shopping. Yeah. So if I get any more, if God brings back any more memories from this stream, which I pray that He will, then I will post some more. Alright, you guys, I hope that made some kind of sense. Love you. Bye.